Rated Frog and Rich Reaper. Gotcha. I'm so pleased when I can quick grab my phone and get a screenshot for the donos. Thank you. All right, got you down. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm doing a trivia question. There's so many people. All right, happy life, hello. It feels like I haven't seen you guys in a long time, but it was just 2 days ago. I don't know why. It feels like it's been a while. Okay, let's get the trivia question plugged in here. Rich, yes, love it. Rated Frog, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Happy Friday and happy MLK weekend, Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. I know not everyone gets a 3-day weekend for this, and I'm talking to Americans here because I'm pretty sure there aren't countries outside the US that celebrate Martin Luther King Day. I might be wrong. I should ask Google. But I do get it off. So I am off work until next Tuesday, guys. Woo! So excited. All right, Kirby is here. Rich, Kirby, Hannah Banana, how are you? I'm doing great. I love Fridays and I have a 3-day weekend. I am making some tofu, curry tofu scramble. I've got that on my stove behind me. I am also gonna be making quinoa on this live stream. But yeah, life is good. Okay, so let's get a poll question. Let's get a poll question going. Heck, hands. All right, poll question number 1. Guess what I'm most excited about? What should I say? Most excited. Guess what I'm most excited about for MLK weekend. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you. Is it? Oh my God, I have so many great options here. We're gonna do binging Netflix, Saturday pop-up live stream, which is happening tomorrow, guys. You guys should totally tune in. Watching NFL playoffs. This is gonna be such a fun weekend, guys. I'm so happy it's a 3-day weekend. Or playing cards with family. Or I should put this a different way. Card night with family. Playing cards? Playing cards. I feel like that sounds better. Whatever. You know what I mean. All right, so I am doing all of these things. Take a look at the poll question, guys. It's a 3-day weekend. It's MLK Junior weekend. I should have put the junior in there. But I'm planning to do a lot of fun, relaxing things over MLK weekend this weekend. So I will be binging Netflix. I will be doing a Saturday pop-up live stream tomorrow. I will be watching the NFL playoffs. And I will be having a card night with family. So you have to try and guess which of these 4 things that I am doing I'm most excited about. Oh my God, I wrote it wrong. I was so excited about this poll. Okay, there's only 7 votes. I'm gonna rewrite this. I forgot to write the word excited because I was too excited and was typing too fast. We're doing this again because I'm happy about this poll question. Okay, poll question number 1. Guess which activity I'm most excited about for MLK Junior weekend. There we go. I know, I was like, this deserves a redo. That was stupid. Okay, so binging Netflix, Saturday pop-up live stream, watching NFL playoffs, or card night with family. Guess which activity I'm most excited about for MLK Junior weekend. There we go. There we go. Now it's incorrectly. Okay. Chai Guy, how's your 401k doing so far this year? Beautifully. Thank you for asking. Piper, the something. Kevin, Kaylin, so glad it's a long weekend. Ernest, do you have the word good blocked? No. Good. Everybody type the word good right now, because I'm positive it's not blocked. Type the word good. Kevin, oh, I'm Canadian, so we don't have Monday off. I figured as such. Buffalo Bills, Hannah, pre-gaming all night and tailgating tomorrow. Ooh, so you're a Broncos fan. Okay. Reaper, go Bills. Kaylin, hello, new payism. Kirby is thinking it's either watching NFL playoffs or card night with family. All right. Looks like people are thinking NFL playoffs. Hello, Venkat. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Was I reading that wrong? I clearly am like reading too quickly here. My bad. Bills. I want Bills to go all the way to the Super Bowl. I am rooting for Seattle to win the whole thing. Buffalo Bills. I don't know why I read that and thought Denver. Maybe it was just the B word. B for Bills, B for Broncos. Also, if you're in the chat, type the word good so we can check that it's not banned. It shouldn't be. Type the word good. Josh Allen needs a Super Bowl, I know, but also I love Sam Darnold and I want him to be vindicated for just being let go by the Vikings, our team here. All right, CL Hinton is able to type the word good, so Ernest, the word good is not blocked. Kevin, Keaton Snavely, Ernest says go Patriots. Matt Acoustic Hannah, I was literally in your neck of the woods this week. Cool. What brought you to Minnesota and to Minneapolis specifically? All right. We got mods here tonight. Oh my gosh, we got 3 mods. We got CL, Back to the Future, and Happy Life. Danielle, good to see you. I know you're a Broncos fan. I was saying go Broncos to Buffalo Bills earlier, that user, but my brain just short-circuited there. Rich, Back to the Future. All right, let's get this tofu going. I think it's almost done. Looking pretty scrambled. I think I might leave it on my stovetop for a little bit longer and get started on the quinoa. Kevin. Kevin says, boo! Boo, Broncos. Sean is here. Birch Josh is also here. Good to see you. So let's make some quinoa. You guys know it's a fave of mine. Also, I decided to light this lovely spiced gingerbread candle. So it smells like gingerbread cookies in my kitchen. International Scout Harvester. Always and forever Ernest. I tried to say good evening Hannah and it doesn't show up. I don't know. It should. It's not blocked. Freddie, Fred Marines, hello. Alright. So, good old quinoa, staple of my life, complete protein, such a hack when you're plant-based. Highly recommend you guys check out some quinoa. And it's really simple to make. Hey, my Broncos going all the way, hopefully low, says Danielle. James Terry, hope you and everyone had a great day. Yeah, I had a really nice, chill Friday. Very nice. Kaylin, I love the candle too. I'm trying to make it last a little bit longer by only burning one of the 3 wicks in here. I think you can see, so there's the flame and then there's 2 more wicks. And I don't want to burn them all at once. So hopefully that lets it burn a little longer. Sean says New England. Kevin, I like to bug all my friends about who they cheer for in any sport. The thing is, I love watching sports in general, and I'm not this diehard, like I don't connect my emotional state to any sports team, because in my opinion, I think that's just silly. It's like my mood and my day is not made by a sports team performance. Like, they don't know who I am. My life will go on, whether they lose, whether they win, whatever. So I enjoy watching sports, and I root for multiple teams. I mean, at this point, let's just pull up the NFL playoff brackets, because I feel like I'm either rooting for teams or I'm very apathetic and I'm not super into this team, but if they win, so be it. NFL playoff bracket. All right, who's in it? NFL.com. All right, so we've got, oh, cookies. Gotta love that message. Okay, so Buffalo versus the Broncos. I'm rooting for the Buffalo Bills, but I like the Broncos. Houston Texans versus New England Patriots. I could not care less who wins that game because I'm so neutral about the Texans and the Patriots. So that one's just a very, I'll watch it for purely entertainment purposes, but I'm not like, oh, I want Houston to win. Oh, I want New England to win. Then there's Seahawks versus San Francisco 49ers, totally rooting for the Seahawks. And then there's the LA Rams versus the Bears. I will be rooting for the Bears in that one because they're the closest to home and I love the city of Chicago and I just like the Bears franchise. So I would say in 3 of these games, I definitely have one team I'm rooting for, and then the other one, the Houston Texans versus New England Patriots, I don't really care who wins that one. Okay, let's see. Kevin, I used to be more hardcore about cheering for teams, and I've changed my ways. Okay, Lawrence Carter, I am a coffee person. I don't really drink smoothies. Rated Frog, using that Starry Night member emoji. All right, Superman Love, I cook tofu. I did not do well like you do. It takes practice. It takes practice. I've had many, honestly countless fails in the kitchen, trying new recipes or thinking I can make a substitution, and it turns out so disgusting that it's not edible. You guys have seen, I think it was about a year ago, roughly this time, I had a string of fails where I was on live streams where I was trying to make a brownie recipe, and they just, this one particular brownie recipe, it sunk in the middle. The edges were like super crispy and like crunchy and hard, and then it had sunk in the middle and it was just this pool of grease. And then when I tried to like cut the brownies out of the pan, they were just like stretchy and oily, and I was like, this is disgusting. So don't feel bad, Superman Love. Keep trying. Tesfueo is here. Sean Lawrence, Matt Acoustic says wicked. Birch Joss, who you got for tomorrow's game? Okay, I was going through my teams. Austin Johnson, Cody McGee, Oilers winning it this year. Had to leave the Seahawks behind after they didn't give Marshawn the ball. All right, Beastly, I get that a lot. Doja Cat, Chip Broadhead is here, doing good. Chip Broadhead. The Windy City, I've been there a million times because I grew up here in Minnesota and Chicago was like the big city destination. Kaylin, I drink smoothies sometimes but prefer coffee. That's me too. I think the Broncos are great. I would be okay if they won the Super Bowl. I think they're cool. Kevin, that's cooking, trial and error. Yes, you just get better as you practice. Kirby remembers the brownies. Yes, the disgusting brownies. Kirby, Kaylin, stakes is high. Simon Paul. Oh no, you need hugs. You can share, I mean, you don't have to share, but I'll ask, you know, what's going on. Sounds like you had a tough day. I was gonna put... Okay, I gotta get a move on with this quinoa. Bun drop if the Seahawks win. The thing is, I'm not gonna be going live during the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be watching it with my family. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna save the bun drop for specifically my 24-hour live stream. I feel like that should be a very special thing that I do to entice people to come and watch the 24-hour live streams that I'm doing. My next 24-hour live stream is tentatively planned for sometime in April. I want to do something like a spring fling, spring kickoff. Like, I don't know. I can picture like fresh veggies and making a nice big salad and having flowers and doing something very springy. And I could also combo it with Easter too. I have rabbit ears. I could do like a little Easter egg hunt where I move around my place and have little, like I could have an Easter egg tucked up here and you guys have to like point out when you see, like I think I have ideas for a spring 24-hour live stream. Simon Paul, just not been feeling well this week. Okay. Simon Paul, CL, double tap your phone, give Hannah a like, thank you. Don Pelton says, let's go Miami. Which, is this a sports team? Antonio Salazar, hello. Irish Breakfast. Yes, I did see the most recent Downton Abbey. Yes. I am absolutely obsessed with Downton Abbey. I started watching it in high school. I mean, this would have been in 2011, 2012, whenever Downton Abbey came out. And I'm 32 now, so this is like a good almost half of my life that I've been watching Downton, or I've gone through the series at least 7 times, and I've seen all the movies. The last movie, the grand finale, it came out on my birthday eve last year, September 12th. So I went to go see the final Downton Abbey movie as part of my birthday weekend last year, and I loved it. I think they wrapped it up so well. I don't think they could have done any better. It was obviously really sad. I was very teary-eyed at the end because they did this montage of all the characters, including ones that have passed away, like Maggie Smith, aka Professor McGonagall, like, oh. But yeah, I loved it. I think they really tied up all the loose ends and had a very happy ending for the family. W. Keynes, Sean, Indiana is like a pro team. CL, Sixes I get that you're a Minneapolis gal and there's some vague sense of brand loyalty, but is Target the only place you shop for foodstuffs? Fair question. So I would say I buy about like, it's somewhere between like 30 and 50% of my groceries from Target. But I've been shopping at Target my whole life. It's headquartered here in Minneapolis, and it's like, I want to support Minnesota-based companies. I invest in Target, and I love their product selection, and because they're right here, I can order like today and get my groceries tomorrow. Like the delivery is crazy fast. The selection is amazing. They stock Catalina Crunch for a very good price. You also get 5% off of all of your entire bill of your entire purchase if you get a Target debit card that's connected to your bank account. So I love the discounts you get at Target. I love that it's a Minnesota company. The prices are amazing and it's just super convenient. So yeah, I love Target, but I don't shop exclusively at Target. I shop at local grocery stores, especially for produce. Sometimes I buy from Walmart. Sometimes I buy stuff off of Amazon. Trader Joe's. I'm trying to think of other places I go to. Yeah, it's kind of, I feel like I spread the dollars around and shop for groceries in particular at about 3 to 4 different places. All right, college football championship. Oh, I see. All right, Don Pelton, let's go Canes. Thanks, Back to the Future. Damian McCreary, Stakes Aside, yeah, Target. A very small, charming local business, LMAO, right? I always have to force myself out of Target. I could stay there for hours. Yes, me too. Target is dangerous, but I love it. I've always loved Target. All right, this tofu, I heard it crackling behind me and I didn't want to let it go too long. I think I did, but oh well. So, tofu's looking pretty done. Happy with that. Let's get this quinoa going. Don Pelton, nice. So I've got 1 cup, oops, dropping quinoa grains, dang it. Looks amazing, says Don Pelton, thank you. Dang it, somehow quinoa, no matter how careful I try to be with it, it gets everywhere. It's like these little beads that just wanna fly around. Okay, so here's 1 cup of uncooked quinoa, which I love. And then what I like to do is just rinse it for like, I don't know, a couple minutes. Hello, Beetlejuice. Oh, Beetlejuice, nice. Cooking with Hannah, yes, I'm making quinoa tonight. Thanks, Rich. Don Pelton, yes, goes everywhere. Quinoa will make a run for it, sure, but dropping teff or amaranth, oh gosh, right? Yeah, at least quinoa you can pick it up pretty easy and get it back into whatever it is you're cooking it in. Hey CL, I know, CL, it's so good to see you. How have you been? Rice goes everywhere, yes, this is true. I'm not sure why the NFL put the 2 best games both for tomorrow. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. So that should be good enough. Let's get my saucepan over here. Camden, New Jersey, nice. CL saying hi to Kirby. All right, quinoa rinsed off, going in here. Stakes is high. The one thing Target has over Walmart is that the atmosphere is better, 100%, yes. And the people are somewhat better behaved. I would say, based on all the times I've gone to Walmart, like the people have been super, like normal. Like there's been no standout behavior for me. But I do love Walmart. They actually have a really good selection of vegan stuff at Walmart. But I just find, like, the aesthetic of a store matters to me, and I feel like Walmart is so much uglier than Target. It has, like, gray cement floors and, like, this, like, washed out pale white ceiling with, like, metal rafters, and The blue I don't like. I mean, I love the look of a Target. I feel like it's way more curated. I love the lighting. I love the way they set things up. It looks nice. I feel like it looks nicer in a Target walking around than it does in a Walmart. But I like the selection of products at Walmart. All right, let's turn this back over here. Oh, all right. So now, gotta get a few more things in here. I'm gonna put some plant butter in here. The store design at Walmart is so clean. Yes, you captured what I was trying to say perfectly. It's so sterile. It feels like a very cost-effective like setup. It feels like they don't go the extra mile to make it look pretty or warm or inviting. It's very cold and ugly to me. I wish it were prettier, but hey, I feel like it's working for them. Okay. Tofu looking good. Let's get some plant butter in here. So I'm gonna put, I think I put 1 tablespoon of this plant butter into my quinoa. So just one of these tick marks is a tablespoon. Canes for Don Pelton. Home game championship obvious. Toxic mayhem. Target is getting people who have more money in the pocket to spend. I don't know. I'd like to see data on that because Target's motto is expect more, pay less. So they're not trying to be super spendy. And they have crazy good discounts. And everything is 5% off if you get their Target card. I mean, maybe it's a hair more expensive. I don't know, I haven't sat down and looked at the prices. But I don't think of Target as being a super expensive place to shop. Take on me. Rich food, forest, permaculture. Hassan, very cool. Toxic Mame says, I love Walmart. Thank you, CL. Yeah, please don't spam Dawn. Keaton, Dawn, Toxic Mame. Sorry, I don't have enough money to spend on Target because that's the culture here. I feel like, in my experience, I haven't noticed too big of price differences. So have you like compared the prices for products between Walmart and Target? Kaylin, I always get gift cards to Target. Nice. Food Forest Permaculture, hello. Prince Matthias. These are not cherries, these are actually Jingle Bell earrings, but people think that they're earrings. So next up, let me put this butter away. I'm gonna add some salt, pepper, and water to my quinoa and get it going on my stovetop. Okay. Salt and pepper. All right, where's my teaspoon? I'm blue collar, I think you're white collar, Toxic Mayhem. I mean, but the thing is, blue collar, white collar, both can shop at Target. Target isn't for like one class or the other. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Prince Matthias. These are Jingle Bell earrings. I'm wanting it to focus. Come on. You can tell that the red is actually starting to wear off of it because I wear them so much. Kirby, Lee, that one. Target is definitely what? White collar? I feel like I would not. I don't think white collar when I think of Target. I'm trying to think of brands where I think like, whoa, that is very white collar. Like Lululemon, that's not a grocery brand, but what's like an upscale store? Like Bath and Body Works. Let's Google this. What's like an upscale version of Target? What's an upscale version of Target? Help us. There isn't one single upscale Target, but stores like Macy's, kind of. People have discussed this. Okay, is Target considered to be a step up from Walmart? Interesting. I mean, Target is nice. I just never thought of it as like that different from Walmart. Stakes is higher. Remember that one day when the oranges at my local Whole Foods were cheaper than the ones at Walmart? That felt surreal. Wow. Rich, I know. Dawn is fixated on Cane's, but it's spammy. Lee, that one. Food Force Permaculture. Lee, the one says Target chooses their locations in middle class neighborhoods. CL, Whole Foods is, there you go, 100%. I mean, Whole Foods, actually, it's funny because I had a friend and her family referred to Whole Foods as whole paycheck. Because, I mean, when you shop at Whole Foods, you're like, OMG. When you're accustomed to shopping at Hy-Vee, Target, Walmart, which to me, those are all fairly similar in price. I go to, not recently, but whenever I've gone to Whole Foods, it feels like a treat because I look at, it's like they're sustainably, ethically sourced, vegan, 90% cacao chocolate bars, and it's like $9 for a chocolate bar, and I'm like, you start to notice the prices at Whole Foods, and I get, yeah, it's better ingredients, it's organic, it's like paying farmers a better price for their product. That's cool, but for me, I'm like, ooh, I can get this for like a fraction at another place. Target feels more suburban. I would say, yeah, like, to me, I feel like Walmart feels a little more rural. I think about the Walmarts that I've been to, and they don't feel as suburban as a Target. Bertha, calm down yet, Curvy? Amazing. Tremor, that was you. Crate and Barrel, lol, leave the one for sure. I agree. Crate and Barrel feels like white suburbs to me. I'm just gonna say it. Lee the one. Yes, I know this about Target. It doesn't only sell food because I buy lots of things from Target. I've bought aprons from Target. I've bought dishpans from Target. I've bought sweaters from Target and jewelry and sunglasses and shoes. Like, oh my God, a million trips to Target for all these different things. Buy Food Forest Permaculture. Hope you get a good night of sleep. Stakes is high. Bruh, you guys are trying way too hard to assign stores to social class. I know! I felt this way too. I was like, dude, rich people. Warren Buffett goes to McDonald's every day for breakfast, okay? Multi-billionaire king goes to McDonald's for his breakfast, okay? Lives in the same house in Omaha he bought like 50 years ago. Drives like a crappy car. That's the thing is, like, I feel like franchises, restaurants, stores don't need to be assigned to social class. Like, ultra wealthy people shop at Walmart. There's probably, unfortunately, really broke people who want to have nice things and nice food, and they shop at Whole Foods, or they shop like super high-end organic, and probably from a budget perspective shouldn't. Like, they should probably be at a cheaper place, but that's the thing, is like, I try not to be in this one track mentality where it's like, white collar upper class people shop here, and this is where the poor people shop, and this is where the ultra wealthy shop. It's like, no, like, no. Blue Neptune. Kaylin, I haven't been to Whole Foods in a while. Same. Selva is back. The free cheese samples at Whole Foods are the reason why I've been going there. That's cool. Vlogs and Poprints is here. Hello. Dr. Hugo Felipe is back. Hermster, I think, is saying Broncos. Kirby has not watched one Seahawks game this year. Ooh, if you want to see the Vikings getting trounced by Seattle, you could watch the Seattle versus Vikings game. So this is 1/2 teaspoon and then 1 additional teaspoon. Yum, yum, yum. Some black pepper. Ta-da! I'm just gonna tap the side of this. Lots of tasty pepper. Steaks aside, wait guys, no one mentioned it. What are we making today? Quinoa. All right, I need 2 cups of water. Jeffrey, thank you, Jeffrey. Stone Papa Smurf is here. Hello. Oops. I never heard somebody use the word trounce before. Really? Oh my gosh, I love that word. I got trounced. It was an embarrassment. That game was so bad. So bad. All right, so I'm gonna put this lovely quinoa concoction onto my stovetop and let it boil. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna get working on seasoning my tofu scramble. JB is here. What's going on in your world, JB? Good to see you. All right, Malibu Racer. CL, I almost made quinoa today, but my purple rice was getting old. Oh, I totally get that. Where you're like, I could make something new, but I really need to eat this other thing before it starts crawling around in my fridge. JB says, what? Likewise. Happy New Year, JB. I don't think I've seen you yet in 2026. I could be wrong. So there's salt. I'm gonna grab some other, actually, let me just do the pepper since it's right here. Lots of nummy pepper. Back to the Future, Stakes is High. Wait, Jeffrey, aren't the lyrics I love you always, forever, near and far? I've heard someone say trounce. Okay, BRB guys. So, my favorite spices. We've got curry from Target. Likewise, hi, says JB. Hello, hello. I feel like I have another curry I should be using up, but I'm just gonna go with this one because this one looks brand new. Okay, lots and lots of curry. I love it so much. Turmeric is next. So tasty. Love it. Raymond Church is here. Happy Friday. And happy MLK Junior weekend. Who here has a 3-day weekend this weekend? I'm curious. Rich, thank you so much for using all those member emojis. Thank you, thank you.
Each mutual fund has 90 to 200 stocks in it. So you've got a growth fund that's 90 to 200, growth income that's 90 to 200.
Stir this around. Make sure the spice isn't in clumps.
Aggressive growth that's 90 to 200. So you've then got somewhere between 400 and 800 stocks
Pete is here. Ooh, every weekend? Oh, do you work a job where you do 4 days, 10 hours each day, and then you've got a 3-day weekend? That sounds so nice, Pete. Kirby, I have to check my academic schedule. Cassidy, yay! How are you, Cassidy? So good to see you. Happy 2026. Hope you've been having a good new year so far. JR the boss is here as well. Nice. Hello, Rich. Kirby, I don't keep up with anything, LOL. Hey, sometimes that's good too. I mean, there are times where I'm like, we're living such an unnatural way these days where it's like, you need to have Google Calendar alerts and a phone memo for everything and alarms, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, sometimes it's nice to not be so dialed in. Stone Papa Smurf, what are you watching in the background? Can anybody guess? It's been on, and I'll try and stop talking during certain parts. But yes, I've got something on my TV playing in the background, and let's see if any of you can guess it. Kaylin, I'm glad I don't have to wake up early for work on Monday. Same. I'm so happy. All right, so look at how vibrant this is. Ooh, so good. I got the curry and the turmeric well mixed in here so there aren't that many lumps and it looks nice and even. Kirby, CL, I share a birthday with MLK, so I have generally had a little birthday long weekend. Oh my gosh, that's such good timing, MLK, or CL, for being on MLK's birthday. Wow. And you know what's so nice about that too, is your birthday coincides with a holiday, but it's not like your parents can, or loved ones or anybody could basically double dip on presents, like the people who have birthdays around Christmas or maybe Easter. I'm sure people have tried to do that too. Hi Kaylin, hope you had an awesome week, says Cassidy. Stone Papa Smurf, what up? Just chilling, making some curry tofu scramble. This is some paprika that I got from friends who were in Magyarország, aka Hungary, and they brought me back some beautiful paprika. I'm getting to the bottom of it too. I might just use, I don't know if I want to use the rest of this because it's still kind of a lot. Kaylin, hope you're waking up well. Is that the guy who helps out Kirby? I have a friend that literally doesn't know the days or dates. Oh no! I mean, the thing is though, I can kind of understand that, Kirby. So especially for people who, I would say, if you're like an office worker, you're probably gonna know what day it is because it's so schedule based and there's meetings and stuff. But I feel like if, like for example, you work on a farm and it's not like there's weekends from farm duties. You're gonna have to work every single day in some capacity to take care of your animals. So I think there's some lifestyles where I can see how you wouldn't really be paying much attention to the day of the week because your days are pretty uniform regardless of which day of the week it is. I actually kind of like that. I've heard from some people who are retired, they're like, every day is Saturday. I wake up, like I get to sleep in a bit and wake up and just do whatever I want every single day. So I'd say there are times of life and also certain jobs where I don't feel like you'd need to be as keyed in to which day of the week it is. Rich says, is that the guy? Cassidy, Paul Cantrell, Pete, friend's son was born on Christmas. I still think it's cool to be born on Christmas Eve or day. Oh, my nose is just runny. I think it's the spices. Mego is here. Hello.
The overall answer is.
Are you watching Dave Ramsey? Yes, Don't Pop a Smurf. You got it. Yes, I'm watching Dave Ramsey. This is an episode from a week or two ago, but I love Dave Ramsey. He is my favorite YouTuber, tied with Alex Hormozy. And I just love his financial advice. I've been listening to him for years. No nonsense, Tennessean, boomer, old school financial guy. Great advice. All right, let's try some of this.
The technical mathematical answer
Yay!
is no.
I just love this stuff so much.
A scripture in Deuteronomy, a scripture in Malachi, and a scripture in 2 or 3 other places. And then
All right.
Jesus in the New Testament.
Yep, real Hungarian paprika. Yes, indeed, CO. Kirby says she just stays at home and takes care of her baby. LOL, she uses me as a clock. That totally makes sense. I mean, she is doing the most important work. Like, who cares what day of the week it is? Like, her focus is on raising her kid.
Okay, and so that's the overarching thing we want to do. Now, having said that, then the technical nitsy thing.
Steaks is High has really strong opinions about paprika. I don't eat it for heat. I eat it for flavor and health and color. Thank you, Cassidy.
Your profits, not your gross. Okay, if you're
Justin Alaman is here. Raymond Church, thank you. Oh, this is exactly what I was feeling like.
I tithe before taxes, just so when I get to heaven, if I'm wrong, I'm on the good side. Right? So I mean, it's that kind of, but it's just funny to me. It's not. I always give more than a tithe anyway, financially. Okay, and I don't.
Happy Friday, Tony.
The amount of.
Thank you.
Hours. You know, I'm gonna charge God $20 an hour for this volunteer out of my time. You know, I don't do that.
Keaton Snavely, thank you. I mean, I've made this recipe so many times. Dozens and dozens of times. Thank you and you're welcome, says Tony. I've got stones. I'm eating curry tofu scramble. Oh, piece of candy. Tofu scramble.
They originally offered to pay me to do this, and I just said no because I
Yes, Yeti 5000. I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 13 and a half years, going on 14 this June. It does not really taste like eggs. The texture is similar, but the seasonings are different. Thank you, Yeti. I'm super chill. I don't think, like, I like sharing vegan food on here. That's one of the themes of my channel. But I think all diets are fine. Like, very much you do you. I don't try to convert people to veganism. Thank you, Yeti, for the sub. I appreciate that. The channel is getting close to 13K subscribers. I'm very, very excited about this. Uncle James is here. Steaks is High says, I can't ever go vegan. I don't want to miss out on calories. You don't have to when you're vegan. I've got someone says, I'm on a liquid diet due to dysphagia. I don't know what that is, but I generally have an interest in health conditions and diseases. What is dysphagia? Interesting. Difficulty or discomfort in swallowing. That makes sense then if you're on a liquid diet for dysphagia. Uncle James, JP, good to see you. Eagles lost, I know. I mean, I wouldn't say I was like rooting against the Eagles and just wanted them to do horribly, but my bare minimum desire for the Super Bowl this year was to not have either of the teams from last year be in the Super Bowl, which were the Eagles and the Chiefs, and they're both out now. So I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm happy with whatever happens after this. All right, let's have a little more. Let's see. JP said hi. Kaylin. Tim says this is tofu scramble with curry and turmeric and salt and pepper and paprika. Ditto to Yeti's comment. I know. What's the recovery time for dysphagia? I've got stones. Stakes is high. All vegan food looks like it has negative calories. Ooh, you have not done enough research. Tim says, just like Grandma made it. Be sure to vote in the poll if you haven't yet, guys. I'm going to close it in about 2 minutes. If I remember. Johnny Peterson, great to see you. How was your week? And any fun plans for the weekend? Corey Nelson says we both are going to live by 100 years, but you saw my goals. I'm not fully understanding your comment. Uncle James, I'm a Colorado boy rooting for the Broncos. I mean, that makes sense if you're from Colorado, right? Denver Broncos. Unc James, Back to the Future is waving at Unc James. Ooh, quinoa is simmering. Hypernova Steve, I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 13 and a half years. It'll be 14 years this June. Steak Society says, even though being permanently smug is natural for us Pats fans, I'm rather nervous about the Texans. I was saying this earlier. I'm so detached. I don't care who wins that game. Thank you, Corey Nelson. Sade is the #1 celebrity lookalike comment I get on here. A close second is Doja Cat. I've got stones. Wait, where's Marty McFly? I've got stones. I'm from Arizona and want to love the Cardinals, but they let me down too much. Oh no. I can relate to that. I've got stones because I'm from Minnesota, born and raised. I'm based in Minneapolis. I've been here. I mean, I've spent most of my life as a Minnesota resident, and I've rooted for the Vikings my whole life, even when I wasn't living in Minnesota. We've never won a Super Bowl ever. And it feels like every year it's like, this could be the year. This is our year. It's going to happen. It's finally going to happen. And it's like, yeah, that'll probably come true at some point, but odds are, like, this given season probably won't be it. And yeah, the letdowns are pretty sad. All right. I want to see what people are saying. And check on my quinoa. Ooh, looking good. I gotta set a timer. One sec, guys.
Okay, so I am single. I have no
cover this quinoa and let it, I'm gonna let it cook for about 15 minutes.
I could buy a condo with cash and I'm struggling with HOA fees, which could equate to 18 to 30,000 a year and likely rising, or I could rent and knowingly deplete my savings over time. So since I don't have anyone to leave money to and I plan to spend my money during my lifetime, how do I think about the choice between owning a condo with a really high HOA fee versus renting and spending down my assets?
Oh, I love this question. On the Ramsey show, this woman was just calling in and she was asking Dave to help her walk through. She's like, I'm not married, I don't have any dependents. And she essentially was like, should I buy a condo and should I buy a condo and pay for the high HOA fees every year for the rest of my life? Or should I just rent and deplete my savings and not worry about it because I'm not going to be passing on my money to any dependents? I was like, ooh, I need to hear Dave Ramsey's take on this. All right, thank you Back to the Future for modding the spam out of here. Fifth River Rat, I've been eating, well, I was making quinoa, and I've also got tofu scramble here that I'm eating. Unc James, oh, and C is here. Sorry, I missed a few comments. I feel like I took a step away and I missed a few. Johnny Peterson, always and forever. Ernest, I haven't answered the question just yet. Johnny Peterson, just doing some cleaning around the house and starting my first class of college on Monday. That's so cool.
Why is it mandatory that the condo have a high HOA fee?
Okay. Cassidy, I so want to see Buffalo win it all. Me too. But Seahawks too. Jay Duncan, the superstar. Kaylin says welcome back. Trace Brewster.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying.
Let's see. Jay Duncan, the superstar. Great question. How long have I been cooking food? So I have been cooking food since I was maybe like 10 years old. I'm 32 now, so a couple decades. Unc James, she ain't AI. True. Stakes is high. Prake Randy Moss. Oh, Prime Randy Moss. Adrian Peterson. Yep. Stakes is high. Bad Thrones. I made curry tofu scramble and I've got quinoa on my stove. I've got stones. I think the AI comment is just something that trolls like to use. Also, just come to think of it, I can add it to my band phrase thing. So, haha in advance.
So the only way an HOA fee would skyrocket is mismanagement or maintenance.
All right. Unc James, yeah, I'm obsessed with Dave Ramsey. Unc James, you're a member. Your username is in green. And I have special member emojis that members can exclusively use. I love Dave Ramsey so much that I have a members only emoji of him.
Yes, and the reason is this: you're stabilizing the largest line item in your budget.
All right.
Because rent.
And my largest asset is trapped into a home.
Yes. So what? You're living in it.
I die with all my assets trapped into a home instead of depleting my savings.
You want to rent,
Sorry.
travel and spend it all.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not.
All right. Did they end up buying NC? Are you asking about this? The Dave Ramsey episode I'm listening to?
So, I mean, we're talking about
This.
a 40-year plan here. You know how much rent's going to go up in 40 years?
Yeah, Dave Ramsey's argument for owning your home versus renting is he says like you are stabilizing your biggest monthly payment and you're working toward ownership where you'll no longer have a mortgage versus you will always if you're a renter, you will always rent for the rest of your life. You'll always have that big monthly payment, and rent goes up every time your lease is up. And you're also you're in a community where you're around other people and you don't own anything. So yeah, he's definitely, his preference is own your home, but it sounds like the caller, she sounds very wealthy, and it seems like she doesn't want to get stuck with sinking all of her, like a huge amount of her money into a property.
Investments locked. I have my home, which is about 800, and I have liquid of about 400. So
Yeah, she's loaded. She's a multimillionaire. Okay, Ramsey is going to say condo, 100%. Yep. For those of us that know Dave Ramsey's teachings, even like if you guys go and check out Dave Ramsey, just Google Dave Ramsey baby steps. It's like baby steps millionaire. Like it's just starting step by step by step, and then you eventually become a millionaire. In his baby steps is, purchasing, basically the baby steps assume that you will be owning your home eventually, because one of the baby steps is pay off your home as soon as you can. Entrepreneur. Ooh, wait, I just finished his second book. Wait, which of his, he has so many books. I have a book of his too, but I don't think it's the second. Which baby step am I on? Let's pull up the Dave Ramsey baby steps. Yeah, oh my god, I love Dave Ramsey so much. I'm obsessed. Let's pull up a nice infographic. Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Step 1. Come on. Oh, my computer is being so slow. It's gotten to the point where I could be one of those people that throws their computer out the window, but then it's like, well, yeah, then I'd have to go and buy another computer. Okay. Ramsey's 7 steps. The 7 baby steps. Okay. Step 1, save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. That's check. Baby step 2, pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. Check. Baby step 3, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Check. Baby step 4, invest 15% of your household income in retirement. Check. And then I feel like I'm on, so like I've completed steps 1 through 4 for Dave Ramsey's baby steps. And then step 5 is save for your children's college fund. I don't have children, so it's like, I could just say like my next baby step is 5. Step 6, pay off your home early. Sorry, 6, lol. That's not me. And then baby step 7, build wealth and give. So I would say I'm baby steps 5 and 6, because 5 is save for your children's college fund, and I don't have children, but I plan to. And then 6 is pay off your home early, which is not, I can't check that off. So yeah, I'm on baby steps 5 and 6. 5 doesn't really apply to me yet. Although I guess I could start saving for my future children. Okay. That was a fun Dave Ramsey tangent. West Philly Black, you should eat before 7 p.m. Disagree. NC Kirby, Josh Allen needs to win it this year. I want him to. Jay Duncan, the superstar. Awesome. Hi, Tommy T-Bone Davis. I've got stones. I'm a great cook, especially Italian and Mexican. Oh, you just can't eat it though. Wait, okay, so I've got stones. I'm curious because you said you have dysphagia, but is there something beyond dysphagia that prevents you from eating Italian and Mexican? Like, do you have like lactose intolerance? I know both of those cuisines use a lot of cheese. Do you have, I'm trying to think of what else those cuisines use. Dairy was the first thing that came to mind, but I'm curious to know if there's like something in those cuisines that you just are like allergic to or can't digest really well. And C, stakes is high. Ernest is saying, I've been cooking since I was 4. Nice. Jay Duncan, what's your thoughts on AI music? I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fun. Ooh, Tommy T-Bone Davis says I made corned beef and hash tonight. Unc James says, I didn't know. Cool, yes. Oops, gotta plug in my computer. All right, candle needs to get back in here, my lovely gingerbread candle. Ernest says, I've been cooking for longer than Hannah has been alive. Yep. Yeah, members, I feel like some of you like haven't realized that you can use member emojis, but if your username is in green and you have a pretty little star badge next to your name, you can use member emojis. So wherever you go in to type your comments for this chat, there's a smiley face icon. If you click on that, it'll give you a drop down and you can see the member emojis that I've uploaded. There's Cristiano Ronaldo, there's Ace Ventura, there's Chelsea Football Club, there's Arsenal Football Club, there's Martha Stewart, there's Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, there's a little winking cherry. Like I think there's 25 member emojis now that you can use. Kirby says, ew, Cassidy. Oh, one delish, good to see you. Cassidy says, Valentine's Day is coming up again soon. Another cupcake video would be awesome. No cupcakes this year, Cassidy. I have been absolutely savagely cutting processed grains and sugar from my diet. I'm actually trying to just eliminate sugar and flour from my diet entirely. I'm not fully there yet. My next video is gonna be a dough maker collab. I ended up making pizza and I was like, okay, I can make dough cookies every now and then, but just from a longevity standpoint and also all the research that shows how terrible added sugars and processed flour is for you. It's terrible for your blood glucose levels. It's terrible for your pancreas. It contributes to type 2 diabetes risk, which there's a lot of in my family. I am like on a mission to defeat the final boss of my life, which is sugar and processed foods that contain flour. I'm really just not eating fried foods anymore. But yeah, no plans for cupcakes this year, Cassidy. Kirby, Yabba. Ooh, one delish says true. I build houses for a living. Nice. Unc James says, I read his book in 2006. NC says, since you're living to 121, you can opt for the new 50. Oh my gosh, NC. When that rolled out, I was like, I already hate the concept of a 30-year mortgage. I'm like, yes, let's sign up for 30 years of debt. I mean, you're paying it off, but I'm like, no. But then I was like, so we're supposed to be excited about 50 years, like yay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be paying off my home for half a century. Are you joking? No, like absolutely not. But I love your comment about, well, since I am gonna be, hopefully, nothing's guaranteed, but hopefully living a very long life, I could just sign up for a 50-year mortgage. Pete was gifted his book. Which book were you gifted? Was it Total Money Makeover? One delish, incorrect. Dave Ramsey is great for business owners. Barry said hi. AE Jabo, hello. Cassidy, rumor has it they're gonna start doing 50-year loans and you'll just make payments and pass it on to the next generation. Yeah, I call BS. That is absolute nonsense. I don't think people should just look at a new number and be like, well, I guess I'm gonna need 50 years now to pay off a house instead of 30. It's like, no. You don't need 50, you don't need 30. As Dave Ramsey says, it's like, you need to take accountability for your life. And if you're not making enough money, you need to work more jobs. You need to stop eating takeout. You need to buy budget groceries. You need to stop going on vacation. You need to be a grown adult and savagely cut your finances and learn how to say no even when you want things, and go out there and hustle your buns and bring in more money so you're not broke and you can pay off your home early. Like, I love his no BS, quit making excuses, no nonsense way of approaching finances, because there's certain circumstances that suck. But I would say, I think in most circumstances, you can drastically improve your financial situation if you become more disciplined and if you just start tracking your money. Because so much of it just will go in and out of your bank account if you're not paying attention to where your money is going. Stakes is high. All vegans. Wow. You really... Oh, cute. Unc James. Got you. Thank you. Tony. Thank you so much, Tony. Jay Duncan, the superstar. I kind of wanted to be a chef, but because I'm allergic to seafood, I can't eat certain stuff. It was very difficult for me. I wonder if there's a type of like food establishment you could go to based on your... I mean, I feel like these days are as like this time in history, 2026, is as good a time as ever to be in the food industry if you have any kind of, if you're allergic to any kind of food. There's a million vegan restaurants, there's a million vegetarian restaurants. I live close to an exclusively all gluten-free menu restaurant. There's like kosher and halal establishments where there is no pork, and I mean, ingredients have to be a certain way. So I feel like, Jay Duncan, like there's potential to work in food, for food service or whatever. You'd probably have to be in a large city though, because there's just gonna be more like diverse food establishments. Pete says they're also talking about a 100-year bond. Good Lord. I love all the member emojis in here. This is so fun. SM, good to see you. Dave Ramsey calls TikTok Tic Tac. I know. Like listening, because I don't agree with, oh, I gotta turn off my quinoa. Whoops. My oven was like, or my stovetop was rattling at me. Also, did I just not read the poll results, or did I just skip over? Oh my God, I totally skipped over the poll results. That's so embarrassing. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I closed the poll, but I forgot to answer the question. So, poll question number 1. Guess which activity I'm most excited about for MLK Junior weekend this weekend. Watching NFL playoffs got 42%. I will be watching the NFL playoffs, but that is not what I'm most excited for. Binging Netflix was first in the list, so you guys know that's not the right answer. Card night with family, 20% of you guessed that. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, I am doing cards with family tomorrow night, and I'm so excited. So congrats to the 20% of you for getting that right. All right, let's scroll back down to where I was. Sorry, guys. Barry. Yes, what I was gonna say, I love Dave Ramsey's rants where he goes on about like terrible health advice from TikTok and social media. SM, I will miss your baking recipes. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's fine, but also it's just like, I'm trying to distance myself as much as I can from processed stuff. And I mean, there's like healthier ways to bake things, but ultimately I'm like, you know, I just don't want to be consuming a lot of sugar and a lot of processed stuff. I want to be focusing on like high quality, super healthy dishes. And I also want to incorporate lots more, like way more content avenues on my channel. I want to get into sewing and crafting. I want to feature more running content on here. I want to do more like hiking and exploring. I want to do, I mean, I just have all these ideas for, oh, this burner's not off. I just have like all these ideas where it's like, it's not going to be just food forever for as long as I'm on YouTube. I want it to be like a multi-layered, like you guys know, eventually I want to have like a large property with tons of acreage. I want to own horses. I want to have a big garden. I want to like film myself growing my own produce and all this stuff. So I feel like food is like the core of my channel, but I just want to be like stacking tons of other stuff on top. Also too, because it's a general health focused channel. And I was thinking to myself, like, I want to be focusing on health and longevity, and like sugar shouldn't be in that picture, and like processed stuff should not be in that picture. Sometimes sure, but it's just not really like, I don't want to be having like tons of sweet treats on here because they're just not good for you. Exactly, CL. You can bake without sugar and wheat flour. Correct. I've done it many times on here. CL, Kim Suho, Levi Durham said hi. Farad Watkins is here. Good to see you. Nashtines. Do not borrow against your home. Absolutely not. Lol. Louis Payne. Yeah, this is not a coffee candle. This is a spiced gingerbread candle. Uncle James sent the laughing disco. Thank you. Got chew down. All right. Corey Nelson, cook your own food. NC, I'll opt for a 10-year mortgage and live off of ramen. Exactly. Yes, that is the way to do it. I mean, for most people can't buy property in cash. They can't just write a check for $450,000 and then be like, boom, it's mine, purchase done, no mortgage. It's like most people who want to eventually own property outright have to have a mortgage. But this idea that like you're gonna be paying off the debt of your home for even 30 years, I'm like, no, I don't want to be in debt for 30 years. No, thank you. Uncle James says you're welcome. Back to the Future. Most mortgages at 30 years, you end up paying exactly. The interest kills you. Most mortgages at 30 years, you end up paying 2.5 times the original purchase price of the home. But if the equity value goes up when you sell, you'll be fine in most cases. It's just like having debt for that long, especially if your interest rate is not good, like you are paying so much in interest and not even touching the principal amount of your home for so long, which I just think is terrible. All right, Mr. Fulton Mraz, hello. Happy early birthday. Unc James, see you later. Kirby says, how do allergies to food work? This is a serious question. That's actually a great question. I've never had a food allergy, so I don't know. Philip Morgan, Sir Philip, Sacramento, California. AE Jabo, just buy a condo and pay it off and rent it out, then put those payments toward your home and match the payment with your own money. All right, Cassidy says, I totally agree, but I'm afraid I know way too many people who will look at the payments and not care about the principal. Yep. So bad. Oh, so bad. To People to Hope. Hi, Hannah. Great to see you this snowy evening. You too. I'm very happy about the little snow flurry that we got today. Zeb from Denver is here. Hello. Good to see you, Sender V. CL says, y'all, for your edification, you can check out channels like Healthy Vegan Eating to learn to rework your standard vegan cooking habits to wheat-free, I don't know what, WFPB, oil-free, and gluten-free. Yeah, it's just like, I feel like I've consumed so much content about how highly addicting sugar is and how it's in everything. And we also kid ourselves into thinking like, oh, this is fine. It's just in moderation. It's blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, no, you don't need to eat it. And you're probably addicted to it because that's why you're justifying it in your diet. So I feel like I've been making a very concerted effort, not to mention, well, I did mention it earlier, but again, it's like there's just general not good health in my family, like a lot of obesity, gastric bypass, thyroid, kidney issues, type 2 diabetes, and I would say it's largely, if not exclusively, due to lifestyle choices. And I'm just like, I really don't want, as much as I can avoid it, I don't want any of that when I'm hitting my 50s, my 60s plus. It's just, it looks really stressful, it looks really painful, it looks really, hard to go through and sad. And I've also noticed too that when I've cut, like recently I've just been completely cutting sugar out of my life and processed grain, like flour as well, like processed grain flour out of my life. And I feel awesome. Like I feel my best when I cut that stuff out. Clay Gerber. Pete says you can only eat so much ramen and PB&J sandwiches. Barry, the history of sugar is kind of crazy. Sugar built and collapsed empires. Interesting. Yes, house goes up in value for sure. Mike Hall. Brandon Preacher Green. I was cooking. Yes. Victor Coco is here. Yabba, oh, I don't even want to hear it. Your boomer house prices. Oh my God. Oh, I'm a millennial, and at least I say to myself, yeah, housing affordability hasn't been kind for millennials, but at least I'm not a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, because like, man, it's just gotten even more expensive. Like, I feel like when I was exiting college and heading into the workforce, I could still like shop around for decent apartments that were like nice and live on what I had, and like I've always been good at budgeting, and I've always been really frugal with my money. And I mean, frugal, I'm generous, but I feel like I can live on like a shoestring budget. Like, I need very few things to be happy. I love cooking for myself. I love planning recipes, and it's like the free and cheap things make me the happiest, like going for walks, going to the grocery store, watching Netflix, working out, being on YouTube. Like, it's just very low-key stuff. But oh my gosh, yeah, but reading your comment again, the thing, I feel like there's some people who just like hate boomers, but sometimes it feels like the hate directed at boomers is just because they were born at such a great time in history economically in this country, where you could buy, like, your dollar could go so far. Like, a single income family, like the husband could be the sole breadwinner, and the mom could stay at home with like 3-4 kids, and the husband's income could cover all of their needs. And I'm like, that just is so much trickier these days with the cost of living. But that's why, I mean, I'm happy for you, yeah, but that is so nice that you were able to purchase your property for, let's see, what did you say? Your first house cost £8,000. I believe, oh, I wish my mom was on here. I don't think she is. But I'm like pretty sure, I know it was under 100K. Like, I'm positive it was under 100K. So my parents' house that they live in right now, and it's like comfortable suburb of the Twin Cities, like just decent size, like nothing fancy, but like a nice house in a good community, like very safe, very good schools. Oh my God. They bought my childhood home where they still live in, it was either 1991 or early 1990s. And the number that the ballpark number I have for their house is like 75K. And I'm just like, oh my God. Granted, this was like 30 years ago, but I'm just like, oh, you guys bought your house for 75K? And the average home in Minneapolis now is 450K. So it's gone up by, what would that be? 5-6 times. It's so painful. Yeah, but again, it's like, lucky you. Like, I mean, you, like, that's fabulous that home ownership worked out for you that way, Yaba. CL, sorry, whole food, plant-based. Thank you. Yes. CL, this is like, it's like, you know when you internally, your gut is telling you this is the right decision, like this is the right choice. In my gut, it's always been like, I can do better, I can eat like healthier. Obviously I can enjoy sweet treats. You guys have seen me bake cookies and make different things on here, but like the day-to-day diet, it's just like stability, like having consistency in my diet is something I've gotten pretty good about. But it's just, I'm really trying to cut out the junk and cut out the chemicals and the unnecessary stuff and really stick to, like, I do follow Brian Johnson. He is the guy where his tagline is "Don't die," and he's trying to live a really long time. Really interesting stuff. And what's so cool about he's also vegan, and I think that's interesting that the man who's trying to not die eats a vegan diet. Basically the way he lives now, he's basically dedicated his life to science, and he's trying to push the limits of human longevity with like tech, diet, supplements, whatever, exercise, everything we know and everything we can apply, he's doing it for the rest of his life. And the way that he constructs his diet is every calorie and every ingredient has to fight for its life to make it into my diet protocol, which I think is so cool, because it's like he's like a billionaire. He's the guy who made it was either he built PayPal or Venmo and then sold it for like $800 million. So now he just is like using his resources to like test longevity and put out really cool content. And I was like, that's a very cool way to craft a diet when you're looking at the longevity side of things. Every calorie and every ingredient has to fight for its life. Because when you're a billionaire, you can afford any ingredients you want, basically. And so it's cool to see what his chef puts together for him. Like what he has deemed to be like worthy of his longevity diet based on all of his research and all of his body scans and all of his experts that he's hired. It's very interesting content, and I appreciate that I feel like it's a public good too, that he just puts all this stuff out freely on YouTube. Anyways, long tangent again. Okay, Mike. Nice. DG, I had to buy a tiny home in the mountains, lol. Pete says you have to save your birthday money now. Oh yeah, save every cent. Danny, thank you, Danny. MC, great to see you, MCUC. Let's see. Pete, it's rare now, but it depends on the industry you're in. Brandon Preacher Green, I made quinoa and curry tofu scramble. I'll dish up a little bit of it in just a second. Bill Reed, 300%. Alexa Sparks, Lawrence Carter. Ooh, what's something you never tried and always wanted to try? Are we talking food, or are we talking like in general? What's something you've never tried and always wanted to try? I feel like my first thought doesn't go to food, since I'm vegan and pretty whole foods, plant-based, which there's still a range, but there's a lot of things I just don't eat anymore. Also, we made it to 100 likes. Thank you guys. I would say something I've never tried and always wanted to, it would be maybe like salsa dancing, or something like maybe like a sport. Tennis, like taking proper tennis lessons. I would say like tennis lessons, golf lessons, salsa dancing. I would go skydiving. I haven't done it before, but I would like to do that. Yeah, those are some things that come to mind. Barry says, is that the guy that is obsessed with looking young but somehow aged 17 years in less than 5 years? Yeah, that is exactly Barry. Yes, I believe you've got him pinned down. Barry, LOL, yes. His name is Brian Johnson, and his line of products is called Blueprint. I highly recommend you check out his YouTube channel and his Netflix documentary. Super fascinating guy. I mean, he was like really successful tech developer. I think it's Venmo that he built himself and then sold for $800 million ages ago. But it's like he comes from a Mormon background, and he was like it's wild when you look at older photos of him, because he was like super overweight, and he talks about just like being super stressed out of his mind. He would go to Taco Bell. He would eat all this fast food. He didn't even care. He didn't think about his diet. It was just very mindless, and he's so regimented now. He's like a quirky guy. Again, I'm not like a disciple of Brian Johnson. Like, there's some stuff I'm like, that's a little weird. Like, But again, it's like, dude can do what he wants, like basically whatever he wants, free as a bird, billionaire, you know, has decided to do this with the rest of his life. It's a free country. But I love just learning from him. I think he has really valuable insight into things, and I mean, he just puts out really, what I find to be really helpful health information. So I'm a fan. Gianna, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I missed the 6-7 when it happened, but thank you for sending the 6-7. Good to see you, Gianna Forever. All right. Gianna Forever sent the 6-7. Amazing. That one, Blake, how are you at bowling? I would say average. Like, I'm okay, but I throw a few gutter balls. I don't particularly enjoy it. It's okay. Phil is in Iowa. Hello, Phil. Southern neighbor. I'm up in Minnesota. Alexa Sparks. Danielle says, yay, 100 likes. Yes. Now I'm seeing 103. Hannah, my first house is still standing, which would cost 180,000 pounds. So it went from 8,000 pounds to 180,000 pounds. Jeez. Crazy. Crazy. Reaper, what's up, dude? Let's see, class 21. I did have a lovely day. It was really chill. It was a nice Friday. Watched some Netflix. I've got the Ramsey show on in the background. I'm just earlier tonight, made some curry tofu scramble. I've got quinoa that I made as well. Barry says, I agree, fascinating. Insane, but fascinating. Yes. I firmly believe it's like you don't have to even like someone that much to learn a ton from them. It's like you don't have to agree with them and you don't have to like them, but you can still learn from people. There are people I find very irritating, but occasionally I'll consume their content and I'm like, that was actually a really good point. Or I never knew that. I totally had the wrong assumption here. Yeah. Brian Johnson is one of those people. I would get these relentless ads about his Blueprint products. It's like, it just felt like every other video I was getting this ad from Brian Johnson. He's like, hi, you know me, I'm the don't die guy, and I want to sell you this Blueprint olive oil. And I just would be like, oh my God, I'm so effing tired of seeing your face, Brian. And it's just like, I would skip all of his ads. And then I don't know how I came around to watching his stuff, but the more I watched, I was like, still a little weird, like not totally my jam, but the pure like research, science, data, health tracking stuff that he does, super interesting. And I was like, wow, like I like did not know that. And it's so like, he'll try different things. Like he'll look at sauna, infrared light therapy. What else has he done? I forget. He did shrooms on a live in front of 1 million people once. It was wild. But it just, I appreciate the info that he puts out that's health related. Yeah, but I know what you've got on your TV. I hear the music. Yes. E-Spirit is in Paris. OMG. I'm watching a Netflix show right now called Emily in Paris, and it's so charmant. Nick Sharon, what high score in bowling? I have no clue. Yaba Pedira. Okay, thank you. Let me dish up a little bit of quinoa and some more tofu scramble so you guys can see what I made tonight.
Nope, sorry. You couldn't afford the dog. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, though? But yeah, I mean, I understand that because it depends on where your neighbor grew up, right? My wife grew up on the farm.
This is so, I love the range of topics that come up on the Dave Ramsey show. So currently the topic of conversation, the person that called in is asking about his dog's surgery that will cost $7,000. Am I crazy to spend this much money on my dog's surgery? So that's the question that someone called into Dave Ramsey asking about. And it's like, well, if you have $7,000 to spend on a dog surgery and it won't affect your life financially, yeah, then spend it. But it's like, if you're paycheck to paycheck and you're barely making it, you can't afford that surgery, as sad as it sounds. Pete, oh yeah, but they would say in some cases, no, you can't afford that surgery for your pet. Like, you can't go broke over an animal. He just said, this is for all the people that are gonna hate me after this. Alright. Ernest says, good night, Hannah. Hope you have a wonderful evening. You too. I will be going live tomorrow. Pop-up live stream on Saturday. Let me put a reminder in the chat, but first, this is what the quinoa looks like that I cooked earlier. It's basically like a starch alternative, a nice alternative to rice. I would say is like a base starch for a dish, whatever dish you're making. Okay, I'm not ending the live stream just now, but reminder that I will be doing a pop-up live stream tomorrow, which is Saturday, at 12 p.m. noon, 12 p.m/noon Central Time, USA. So I will be on live again tomorrow, guys. It works out with my weekend schedule this time around. So I'm gonna put some tofu scramble on top of the quinoa. I'm gonna put my spices away. So there's some tofu on top of some quinoa. Pete, Tony, Lawrence Carter, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Same to you, Lawrence. Cassidy, I love this question. If you bought a home in Duluth, Minneapolis, and out in the country, would you do 10 to 15K a month payments or wait till you had enough for payoff? I think I would prefer, just because the concept of like paying so much in interest that's just accruing on your debt is so painful for me to think about. I think I would prefer to just save up and buy in cash because I want property in Duluth. And I mean, I already live here in Minneapolis, but I want property up in Duluth, and I've thought maybe as like a third home eventually. I would love some, like kind of like near the Twin Cities metro, but just kind of in the suburbs where it's a bit quieter, and you know, in case I just feel like getting out of the city but not having to drive 3 hours north to Duluth, I'd love to have more of a suburban property. So I would say first I would want to purchase somewhere up north, and I would prefer to just, I think I've thought about this because like up north in Duluth, thank you Mazer 020 for the 100, but Cassidy, I've been talking about this so much, I feel like with coworkers and loved ones, but I like want, because I go up to Duluth so much, thanks again Mazero, I go up to Duluth so much that eventually it just feels like I should have a landing pad there. Like I should just like invest in a property so I don't have to either buy rent a hotel room or stay with my uncle. In addition, so then the question becomes, what kind of property would I want to buy up north in Duluth, Minnesota? So it's like, okay, do I want a single family standalone house, or do I want a condo? And I lean toward condo because one, it's less to manage than just a full-blown house, and they're cheaper, generally speaking, than a house. And Duluth winters are long and vicious. And if I'm splitting my time between Minneapolis and Duluth, I feel like if I owned, I feel like whenever I'm down here, splitting my time between the two cities, anytime I would be in Minneapolis, I would be worrying and checking the forecast up in Duluth, like, oh my God, is there a bunch of snow piling up on the roof? Oh my God, like the sidewalk isn't cleared. It's like when you live in a condo, you aren't responsible for upkeeping the grounds or the roof or anything. So I think I would be much better off with a condo up in Duluth, because having to manage all the upkeep of a single family home in a place that has pretty brutal winters. I mean, you got to worry about pipes freezing, you got to worry about your roof, you got to worry about your windows and your isolation. And so much of that stuff you don't even have to worry about when you own a condo. So I lean condo with Duluth, and I would want to buy it in straight up cash. Pete says lots of variables. Yes, Madison Fredericks is here. Hi, Madison. Tony, they are doing well. Thank you for asking. Grayman said hello. T-God, which is Beamer Boy, hello. Starboy is here. Hello, hello. And Todd, good to see you. Starboy, thank you. Good to see you. Starboy says, Hannah, have you seen the YouTuber who makes content about Daryl? He is an Asian guy. He's hilarious. I haven't seen this, but I love Daryl Dixon. He's the best. Madison Fredericks, hello. Lanny Allen, I made curry tofu scramble and quinoa for dinner tonight. So lots of protein. Both tofu and quinoa are complete proteins. Fun fact. CL says, I need to get some rest, so I'm gonna head out. Hannah, mods in chat. Yes. Thank you so much for being here, CL. It's always a joy having you on. So glad you could make it and get some great rest tonight. And happy birthday, CL. Tony, thank you for the congratulations. What about a vegan food truck? I would never want to operate a vegan food truck. No way. Wouldn't be for me, Matt Bergman. I wouldn't want to invest in that kind of asset. I wouldn't want to have to hire employees. Just like the business of being a food truck just does not sound fun to me personally. Macho Man, the billionaire, haven't donated in a while. Are you talking about Pablo? Pablo, the Argentinian prince? That's okay. I mean, donos, sometimes there's lots of them, sometimes there's none of them. It's always a range, but that's not why I'm on live. Does the Vegan Voodoo Festival ever travel to your area? I've never heard of that before. Maybe it does. I would have to see if they stop in Minneapolis. I know we have a vegan festival here every summer. Beamer Boy, thank you for the 100. Emma Watson, welcome back. You have such a memorable username because everyone knows Emma Watson. How are you, Emma Watson? Cassidy saying that would be awesome. Content from, I know, Cassidy, OMG. Oh my gosh. Like, my heart, I'm such a, like, I was literally describing this to my boss the other day at work. I was like, the two halves of my heart live in Minneapolis and Duluth. I love both cities so much, and whenever I have to leave Duluth to come back here, like when I left Duluth coming home from my New Year's vacation, my heart just sinks driving out of the city. And I really do feel like sad for at least a couple nights. Like coming home, I'm just like, oh my God, I miss it so much up there. I hate leaving. And I feel like that's like, it's such an indicator of how much you love a place where you're just so sad every time you have to leave. Even though I love coming home to Minneapolis. And honestly, Cassidy, I have thought about this, you know, I would say I'd be in a position where I would feel ready and comfortable to purchase property up there. Probably, I don't know about 2020, even next year I'm thinking. I don't know about 2027, maybe 2027. If not 2027, then 2028, I would think is like, okay, I can make a move. But yeah, Cassidy, oh my goodness. My mind explodes when I think about all the new, like, the new places I could feature on my YouTube channel being based up north, where it's like I could do walks and jogs along Lake Superior. I could show you guys like Christmas markets up there, and there's this thing called Bentleyville where it's just this like lights, this like walk-through village of Christmas lights that they do every year. Grandma's Marathon takes place up there. The University of Minnesota campus that's up in Duluth. There's a million hiking trails, and you can drive up the coast of Lake Superior toward Canada, and it's, oh my gosh, I feel like it's an outdoor lover's dream up there. And you guys know how much I love Minnesota, so it's like a true gold mine of content, and I would say particularly for my channel, because there's just so much health, wellness, fitness, Minnesota stuff, like just cool stuff to feature up there. I am very excited for the day that I am based in both Minneapolis and Duluth, and I can incorporate more Duluth content on my channel because it's so cool. Oh, Emma Watson, hello. Yaba says, have you been watching the Traitors new season? Only one episode, so please, no discussion of it. But yes, I'm not, actually, yeah, I've only watched one. Okay, Casti says Saturday morning lives watching the ships come in. Yes, I know, Casti. That's another thing too, is the whole harbor port vibe of Duluth. So amazing, so cool. I wish, part of me wishes I could do that now. But I know that when I look at like my lifestyle, my routine, my work commute, my finances, I know that right now my gut says, okay, it's time to just keep chugging along, keep saving, keep investing, keep tracking my finances, and then like just give it enough time, like let your investments grow, try to be pretty frugal but still live life and have fun. But I feel like between now and sometime 2027, 2028, it's basically, my intuition is telling me, just stay the course, you know, keep it up at my 9-to-5 job, keep it up with YouTube, like just keep going, and eventually it will happen. But I feel like so much of life is the art of patience. You just have to be okay with the wait, knowing that you can't have stuff right now, or that it would be just better off for you to wait instead of jumping the gun, doing something now when it would have been better for you to wait. Starboy says hi to Emma. Matt Bergman, can we do a poll, Duluth or Minneapolis? Let the people decide. Interesting. Okay, I like this. Let's do, okay, second poll. Poll question number 2. Which city, which Minnesota city would you prefer that I live in? Or would you prefer to see on my YouTube channel? Would you prefer to see featured on my YouTube channel? Okay, we're gonna put some ridiculous, let's just pick Los Angeles. California, New York City, and then, so the first two options are just dummy, like fake options. Don't pick this. Don't pick this. And then Minneapolis, my current location, or Duluth, which is northern Minnesota on Lake Superior. Ah, shoot, north. On Lake Superior. Okay, here you go. Poll question number 2. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Thank you for the poll idea, Matt Bergman. Grayman says sounds nice. Starboy says sounds refreshing. Yeah, but Hannah, I feel the same way when I come home to my craft and animals. Home is where the heart is. Yes. Grayman says, but snows, I would want to be indoors. And see, I'm a die-hard winter person. There's never enough snow. I feel like I'm never satisfied with the amount of snow that we get here in Minneapolis, and it's only been dwindling in the last few years. So people are like, oh my God, the winter up north. And I'm like, ooh, I want all the snow. I want all the winter wonderland vibes. It's so, I love it. I am a huge fan of winter. Sender V, Cassie says, I've always noticed the passion you had for Duluth. I'm so excited for you. I know. I just, like, my heart dies a little bit every time I have to leave that city. It's just, I love it up there so much. And I love it here too. Like, I would get sad having to leave Minneapolis whenever I lived in other places. Like, I'd have to fly back for college or fly back to DC when I lived out there. I just would be so sad to leave the city, because despite all the headlines coming out of here, it is my hometown. I love it. And there's just like, you have your favorite spots, your favorite hangouts, your favorite coffee spots, where your friends live, all that stuff. So yeah. Selva is here. Andrew, investment is playing the long game 100%. I am not chasing any fads. I'm not doing crypto. I'm not doing Bitcoin. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, maxing out my retirement accounts, investing every single month, saving as much as I possibly can, monetize YouTube, growing my channel as much as I can, and also just being patient too. Because I feel like when you're getting impatient and desperate, that's when you fall for these get-rich-quick schemes and end up setting yourself back when you could have been closer to your goal financially. No different to investing in yourself. Give yourself time and let it all work out. Exactly, Andrew. I would say I can look back at times in my life where I was really forcing something to happen, where it felt very inorganic and I wasn't letting things play out naturally. It was either totally contrived and I was just like, oh, we gotta make it work. It was just, it just felt forced. Like, I could tell it was very forced. And sure enough, it wasn't, like, it didn't end up working out for the best. It's like I ended up having to correct things, or there was a setback. So I think there is something to be said for, like, just let things play out. Like, I feel like I'm a very intuitive person. Like, I can sense when things are just not aligned with what I want, and they're off. They're just, like, not the right fit. So yeah, I love that comment, Andrew. Give yourself time and let it all work out, and don't get too high with the highs, not too low with the lows. Yes, that's another thing too. I would say, as time has gone on, I would say, I think this comes with getting older, but I would say just anytime a challenge or something hard or unpleasant has happened to me, particularly in recent years, it's like I think it would have knocked me down. The same thing would have knocked me down when I was in my 20s, especially early 20s or teens. But now I'm just kind of like, this sucks, but I just feel I've always been, I would describe myself as a very stable person, very strong, like good foundations, good support system. But yes, like just very steady. And even more so as time goes on. Egg Shen, yes, football this weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Jalen, happy Friday evening. Doing well. Yes, how are you, Jalen? Arctic Living says, Pete's, Matt, skiing or snowboarding? I actually have never learned how to snowboard. I've only gone skiing. Pete says, been there a few times. Kurt, good to see you. Kyrie, what's the best flavor of Catalina Crunch? I will show you. My favorite is chocolate peanut butter. It's basically like Reese's Cocoa Puffs. Wow. Dude, this girl calling in is 30 years old and she has a $1 million net worth. Ooh, girl is killing it. Wow, dude, her name is Ashley and she's in Cleveland, Ohio. Wow, to be a net worth millionaire at age 30. Killing it. All right, Starboy, thank you, Star Sailor. Let's see. Kyrie, rooting for the Texans. Yeah, but ever had scammers on the phone? Oh, a million times. I just, at this point, there's a setting on your iPhone where you can block unknown numbers, so I like don't get them anymore. Kurt, I made quinoa and tofu tonight. Starboy says, wow, I know. Yeah, she's killing it. She has a 1 million net worth at 30 years old. Congrats, girlfriend. She's ahead of like 99% of people. Kurt says, Hannah, you are looking very marvelous. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it. Robert O'Nellian, great to see you. Interesting. The poll is Minneapolis. But it's pretty close. Minneapolis 43%, Duluth 39%. This is so good. You guys are so quiet. All of a sudden.
Baby steps millionaire. Start doing our stuff when they're baby children. I mean, 20 years old, right? And then just like game on and clean up the student loan mess that they had and work like a crazy person. Now she doesn't have to ask the question.
Android channel. I remember you. How are you?
Such a gift, yeah.
And so they can easily live on already got a $1 million net worth.
Yummy.
By the way, you just a
I don't like either of those things, Lawrence. I don't like swimming, and I don't like the beach. I don't like hot weather. Just moved to Duluth. You talked about how much you like it. True, Grayman, but I also talk about how much I love being in Minneapolis. So it's tricky, because I love both cities so much. Let's get Hannah to 150 likes. Probably not, because I'll be leaving pretty soon. Peggy Hecke. Hello, good to see you. All right, I'm going to close this poll, and looks like people lean toward Minneapolis compared to Duluth, but it's like relatively close. 48% to 36%. Ice skating or rollerblading? Ooh, that's tricky. I think ice skating. I would prefer ice skating to rollerblading. All right, guys, it's just about 10 p.m. I'm gonna wrap this up now because I gotta get to bed and get up and watch Chelsea because they're playing Brentford tomorrow. Felix, I got something. I got an IgE. I don't know what that is. Oh, self-diagnosed. You're celiac? Okay. Have a great night. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Pete, nice to meet you as well. All right. Reminder, everybody, that my next live stream is tomorrow, which is Saturday, at 12 p.m. noon Central Time USA. So I'd love to see you guys back on here tomorrow very soon. Yes, tomorrow, Saturday, 12 p.m. Central Time here in the United States. Thank you to my wonderful mods. I had Back to the Future, CL Hinton, and Happy Life, all three of them here tonight. Casty, yes, good night, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy long weekend for Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. It is a 3-day weekend for me. And I want to say thank you to those who gave today. So there were gifts from Reaper, Unk James, Gianna Forever, Mazer, O20, and Beamer Boy. Thank you guys for donating tonight. And thank you, Pete. Texans play tomorrow. Yes, I will be checking out all the playoff games this weekend. All right, that's it for tonight's Friday Night Live. Really great to chat with all of you guys about lots of different things. And I'll see some of you tomorrow, Saturday, 12 p.m. Central Time. And it'll be chill. I'll be sipping some coffee and maybe, I don't know, watching some TV. So, Texans don't play tomorrow. Whoever plays tomorrow, I'll be watching them. All right, bye.